What's going on, everybody? It's your boy here, Dr. McIntyre, JR McIntyre here at the Motivators Table Podcast Season 5. Thank you for allowing me just to produce my positivity. Thank you, Los Angeles Tribune, for giving me the opportunity just to spread all my positive messages. Thank you to the Riverside platform and all my sponsors for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. But today, we have a huge guest. So get your highlighters and your pens ready because we're going to tap in. We right here at the Motivators Table. I want to bring to the stage Miss Erica. How you doing?
I'm doing well, JR. How's it going?
It's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get you on my stage for a while. What's going on?
Yeah, couple years now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, though.
we here. God's alignment though, for real.
That's right. It's
Mhm.
funny that you said that because honestly, this year, that's the word of the year, alignment.
I love it. I love
Everything got to align.
that
If it
sign
doesn't
energy.
align, we gotta get rid of it.
This is what it is right here. You know what I'm saying? But I want you right now to tell the world who you are and where you from.
Okay. So my name is Erica C. Rivera. I am in the financial services industry. I am also a wealth coach. I teach really financial planning, financial literacy, how to build on firm foundation, backed by biblical principle. Originally from New York, I have been here in Tampa almost 2 years now, but before that, I was in Orlando for about 18 years.
Wow. Well, welcome to Tampa. I'm not from Tampa, but welcome. Yeah, definitely. You are. So let's go back to your inner child. On my platform. First of all, I don't put anybody that I'm not inspired by. So let me tell you a quick story. I met Erica about 2-3 years ago when my bankruptcy was I was just coming back up from that, and I put together a conference called Shake the Room, and she came there, and I quickly learned who she was and what she was doing in the community. Our times kept passing. We kept seeing each other in different other groups, and and friends circles growing and getting smaller and all these things. And fast forward today, we here now, and she has been doing amazing things in the community. And I wanted to bring someone that of a female stature that I'm inspired by to say, you know what, I see what she's doing and I see where she's going, and I want to help spotlight that. And since I have a platform that is this platform is seen all the way around the world. Thank you to Los Angeles Tribune, but I wanted to put her on here, so we appreciate you, Erica. So let's get back to it. Let's get to the inner child. Who was Erica as a little girl?
Who was Erica as a little girl? Really just always striving to be my best. Naturally introverted. I was heavy into sports, 12 years of cheerleading, captain of my squad,
Come on.
softball player for 10 years. So I had that competitiveness in me, raised by my mom. My father was around as well. They were separated. Um, I would say I grew up on love. My dad was tough. He always taught me tough love. So I had a little bit of an emotional void there, I guess you could say. But all in all, that was little Erica.
Little Erica. So we will keep tapping in. What was Erica? What was her character like? Did she develop entrepreneurship when she was young, or did she find it late in life?
Honestly, I developed it when I was young. Always like very independent as a little girl. You would always find me in my room. Actually, funny when I was growing up, I had wanted to become like a fashion designer. And so I would have like books on books, pages on pages. I would just draw any design, men, women, children, clothes. I would just design. But yeah, I was very independent, very entrepreneurial spirited at a young age. So
I love that. I tell people all the time, like I like to hit the inner child, and um, a lot of fathers and mothers raise their kids to be sports players and doctors and lawyers and all these things. But my father was raising me, the little did I know, to be a speaker and an entrepreneur. He gave me a briefcase instead of a backpack when I was in the 6th grade, and everybody laughed at me. It was a Ninja Turtle briefcase, and I was like, "Dad, why are you doing this to me?" He was a preacher. and I had to wear it, and it humbled me. But I didn't know that's what he was grooming me for. And then he used to let me listen to Zig Ziglar. Did I know who Zig Ziglar was. Now I know today. So it's like innately how our parents, you know what I'm saying, raise us. And I lost my mom at an early age, so my dad was my both my parents, and he took care of the situation the best way he could. You know what I'm saying? And he put that fire inside of me. I ran away. I was a prodigal son. I ran away for a long time. I thought, violence was my best thing. Being in the military, doing a lot of cool guy stuff, deploying, martial arts, shooting. Then I got out. I was a bodyguard for all your famous rappers, and then I had the top security company. So I thought that's what God wanted from me, and God was like, "Nah, that's not what I want." So, um, at an early age, we understand, but sometimes we don't because we like, "Oh, that's lame. We don't want to do that." But you wanted to be that fashion designer, which kudos to you. I see you. You always dress. You always killing them. So you still that. You know what I'm saying? That fashion designer, like it's right. Like I don't think you have nobody who dress you. You dress yourself because every time I see you, I'm like, hey, she's on point. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she coming with it. You better. Hey, if you don't step it up, you can't go with her. You know what I'm saying? So your whole aura is that. And that's so dope. Because um, sometimes you have to learn that, but that's inside of you. So kudos
Yeah,
for that. I appreciate you. Yeah, definitely. So as a high school, Erica, how was you with your friends, and what I'm saying, how was you just growing up in high school, transitioning to a young woman?
high school, my goodness. I was voted best dressed, by the way, in high school.
Oh,
That was a long time ago. Y'all not gonna try to guess my age, but yeah, high school. I would say I was like really a popular introvert. Like I knew, I kind of knew earlier on that I just wanted to keep my circle tight. It was always quality versus quantity to me. And even though, like I said, captain of my cheerleading squad and things like that, I was really cautious of who would be around me and who I would have my energy around. So, um, yeah, that was me. It was like speak only if spoken to. I was never the type to just, initiate a conversation and just almost like how I am now, just cool, calm, collective, very reserved. So
I love that about you because I don't know what month you were born. I was born in July. I'm a very calm person, but I'm very much an introvert. Like, if you want to talk to me, I talk to you. But if you don't, I won't talk. When I'm home, people tell you JR is two different people. Like when he's home, I just chill. I'm not outside like that. I've been like that since I was a little boy. But when I go outside, I throw it on. I do what I need to do to go, impact the people I need to impact, especially with this speaking. When I come home, man, if I say two words, my sister lives with me. So if I say two words to her, hi and bye, that's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Well, my kids, what's crazy is me being an introvert, my kids make me mushy. Kissing on them, pinching their cheeks, dancing, doing TikToks with them because I got my daughter's 25. She's my manager. My son is 19. He's going into the military, and then my young one 15. But they bring it out of me. But if it's just me here, I just chill, and sometimes I get anxiety when I go outside to go speak because it's like I got to deal with all these people, you
yeah,
know. Yeah. So you get like that too?
the feeling is mutual. You gotta look. I pray through it all the time. Just because a lot of times too, I'm sure you feel it. Even when we are about to speak, we get the anxiety kicks in, that self doubt or whatever it is. It's just nothing but the enemy, or again, just our own thoughts that we're trying to fight.
Mm.
Um, for me, I like to be still, meditate, have my quiet time, get in my secret place, whatever I got to do to kind of recalibrate before I hit the stage, because it's not about me. I mean, it's just like, God, whatever you want me to say, whatever you want me to bring to the people, like I'm here for it.
Use
So
me. Use
yeah,
me. Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
love
it.
I love it. I love it. So let's get into your first stint in entrepreneurship. Let's talk about that.
My first, my first. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 15 years now. Funny enough, I started in the cosmetology industry, wanted to do hair and makeup, all the things, graduated from hair school, wanted to do more behind the scenes stuff. I never wanted to like be behind a salon chair. Wanted to do like hair and makeup for like photo shoots, video shoots, stuff like that. And I did just that. Actually, got signed on by an artist to do music videos, stuff like that. Did like all their video vixen, hair, makeup, all the things. And while I was doing hair and makeup, I actually discovered e-commerce. And so I got into e-commerce, back when the, what's it called? The Shimbalas.
Yeah.
Ever heard of
Yeah, yeah.
Shambala bracelets, necklaces, stuff like that. So I started a jewelry business, like
Mm,
essentially selling Shimbalas and stuff like that. That was when we had All Star Weekend in Orlando, Florida, and I created a bunch of different jewelry. I would sell sets for like hundreds of dollars. I remember All Star Weekend because I was big on the scene, and I dressed all like the promoters, whether it was like the Diddy party, the Rick Ross party. I made sure everybody had Erica C's Shambhala sets and stuff like that on. And I quickly learned like, okay, that was my lane. And so the whole e-commerce and even like the fashion jewelry, I mean, that's still pretty big now, but there was such a return on investment that I was like, okay, I can make something from this. That was back in what, 2012. Fast forward, here we are now. But that was my first step into the entrepreneurial industry.
okay, and I love that too because all of us from that hustling mindset to entrepreneurship mindset, people don't understand it's three levels to that type of world, and the first thing is hustling. Understanding you can make it through that phase of hustling, and then getting into entrepreneurship, and then understanding if you can grow through all that. So I remember my first business was it was kind of like a club global promotion. I was in Germany, and we started this thing called Live Wire Entertainment that we would bring all the rappers and entertainers. We would be the liaison from the United States to Germany, and we brought Bone Crusher, PD Pablo, um, Little John, Jada Kiss, Yang Yang Twins, all to the clubs in Europe. And then we did a thing where we had, like, to stop the soldier DUIs. We would start renting these buses that they would pay us probably 100, 200 euros to get on the bus, but the bus would take them there, pay for their interest, and bring them back home so they don't have to be in a DUI or try to find rides home. These clubs were like 30 minutes, hour away, 2 hours away. So we would do that. That's why I learned entrepreneurship. I was in the military though, and quickly I learned that okay, um, I can make money like this, but what's the next step? So I hear you with your entrepreneur with Orlando. I'm pretty familiar with Super Bowl weekend. I did it for my company, security, and then before that, I was involved in Super Bowl weekend in 2008 when when the Steelers played Arizona Cardinals. Man, that was my first Super Bowl. I was like so many people there. It was cracking though. I enjoyed the whole weekend though. I had fun. You know what I'm saying? 2008, I had just got back from my 15-month deployment. We had a lot of money to spend, and we was just outside. You know what I'm saying? We was outside. I was young. I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s. So we got a lot of that stuff in common. So what did you do after that? What was the next step after selling the beads and All Star Weekend and all that?
Yeah, honestly, I found e-commerce like my lane.
Okay.
Just okay, how do I scale this? It was about working smarter, not harder. So just creating like the necessary systems and stuff like that. Fast forward to about like 2018-ish, I launched a brand called Business and Motherhood,
Mm,
and I kind of transformed it so it was a lifestyle brand, and it was geared towards. So I started out with just moms because I was passionate being mom of two. A year later, because we used to throw events in Orlando as well, and so We would do like Father's Day events. We would do Mother's Day events. We wanted to represent the fathers as well. And so I changed the name of my business to the Mama Code. So I had a fatherhood side and a motherhood side. And so that was big for me because I would travel and do certain events and things like that. The same thing with the jewelry. I would travel Atlanta, Miami, different cities, and actually set up and have a display and things like that. So same thing with the Mama Co. You know, we would do different events, whether it was for promotion and what have you. We would set up at different spots as a vendor, and so it was really like the merchandise and the brand. So saw, like, you know, right around that time of what you call it, like COVID and all of that, people were getting heavy into e-commerce and just everything online, and so many people were making a lot of money, and so I was in there.
Look at that. See,
Yeah.
COVID changed a lot of us, and for the better and for the worse. So I think a
Yeah.
lot of people understood that you could be outside and you could be inside making money, but the real wealth comes from, and I'm not telling you something you don't know, is becoming that millionaire or people that's making money, and is when you sleep and your product is going off the shelf. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's like, okay, when you sleeping, is your product moving? Is people trying to find you out? And one of my business models after my bankruptcy during COVID was, um, I became a speaker because, I was led by God just to understand first, speak life into myself. And then when I started to speak, I took the phone and I just started to record myself. I went viral. Then my pastor was like, Pastor Tommy from Crossover was like, hey, put it on Instagram. Just put your speech. So I started to do that. And then January 2025, I woke up, I was top 50 motivational speakers in the world. But also, I was listening to some of the creators that I was protecting, some of the YouTube creators, and it was like, DDG was like, yeah, just put out all your videos, 1,000 videos. And when one video hit, everything is going to sell. And I started to look at like just the ecosystem of business. And I was like, okay, if I'm sleeping, what are people buying from me? And this year I woke up and cut out the middleman and put all my books online through Amazon, put all my workshops through the school app, and my podcast that's on Spotify and Apple. And while I'm sleeping around the world, I was just in London with my good friend AD, AD, and we now the world is listening to positive people with messages that, hey, we don't have to do certain type of things. We continue being ourselves and be looking fresh, but talking the positive messages and encouraging people. I learned that late at 40. I'll be 45 in July, but now I know. And God told me, hey, JR, create an ecosystem. And I did that. And now he said, this year is the year of the harvest. And now I am just, everything I put out, spoke for free for 4 years. Now it's coming back full force. And I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about,
Yeah.
really. Just like you said, that transformation from the hustling mentality into building better systems, better ecosystems, and letting our money work for us rather than us working for the money. And so I know, for me, you know, just getting further along my walk, being obedient to whatever God is calling me to do, rather than seeing how can I make more money, just evaluating what I have going on and saying, you know, God, how can I serve more of your people? How can I reach more of your people? How can you utilize me more? And that's when things started to change for me too. Same like you said, I had published 2 books within these past 2 years. My first book was, and you know, like I said, we got to be obedient to the calling no matter what. Because if I would have told you that I was writing books, I never thought that I would write books and sell them on Amazon and on my platform and all these things. But I really had a heart for women's ministry. And so 2 years ago, I wrote a book called The P31 Handbook, Faithful and Fulfilled. And that was a just a guide for women on how to teach them how to put God first in all areas of their life, whether that was their business and career, motherhood, relationships, really everything in between. Because sometimes we just don't know where to start, and so
Exactly.
that was that. second book that I wrote that I just published last year, that was, me being in the financial services industry and being a wealth advisor, just wanted to put everything together for people, because a lot of times people have such a hard time putting God first in front of their finances. And you should never try to separate the two. You gotta keep them together. So I had published the Women in Wealth Workbook and Financial Planner, and that was really diving into how to build wealth God's way. So it was like kingdom mindset principles, wealth and wisdom, faith and finance, practical planner on like how to budget God's way. So um, it's been a blessing. That's what I go out and I speak about at these different events. People ask me to talk about faith and finance, wealth and wisdom, because a lot of times people don't know how to mix the two. And for the longest, as I'm going, further along my walk, I'm asking God, like, put it all together for me, because I don't know how to put it together. I don't know how to put money and God together. And He did. He kept giving me these events and these platforms to speak at, in order to speak on wealth and wisdom, faith and finance, how to put God first in front of your finance. And so it has really been evolving. Just like you said, I truly believe that this is the year of the harvest. It's the year of alignment. And I thank God for everything that I had went through over these years just to live in this moment. So
Definitely. And I see you, and we see you, and that's why I wanted to bring you on and to talk about it, help coach, everybody, especially our young women and that's listening and understanding that, hey, you know what, you can also add God and also add your business together. And I tell people all the time, motivators, you already know, if God is not a part of your business plan, don't do it. If he like, because a lot of people are following certain trends and algorithms and hashtag and all these things, but that ain't you. Do what God told you to do, and you would know if God told you to do it, because when you wake up, it's easy to do it. And the first thing first is God wants everybody to serve. A lot of us don't want to serve. I served. I listened. 4 years. I didn't get paid anything for me speaking. Nobody wanted me to put me on their platform, so I built my own stage. So when you saw me, uh, that was me putting myself on my own stage and saying, "Hey, I believe in me. I bet on me." What was that? 2022, 2023, and now look what we're doing and how we're traveling, meeting up with the people that I'm supposed to meet up with. You know what I'm saying? Because I was around people that wanted to dim my light. And it was like, oh, that's not you. Like, you don't know what's me. You don't understand what's going on in my life. You don't even know who my father is, who I'm wanting to impress. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's where we at with that. And I see you, and I see you grinding, and I see your ministry, and I'm proud of you, because not only are you out here demonstrating it, you're just a good person at heart. I know you in real life. Every time we talk, it's like I've known you since I was little. You know what I'm saying? You don't judge. We talk. We know some of the same mutual people. We laugh at things, and we keep it pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? I keep going, keep grinding in this industry. So let's talk about what's new. What you got going on? What's new?
what's new? Really just continuing the ministry. My goal is, to touch at least 1,000 women this year, just to be able to mentor them. A lot of younger women in my community, they're coming to me for just whether it's financial advice, entrepreneurial advice, just wanting to build on firm foundation, build with God. So kudos to them, because these are, women in their younger 20s. So it's like, man, if I would have started that early, I could only imagine where I would be now. But I'm just thankful where God has me. It's really all about our heart posture. Just like you said, we know a lot of the same people, and God really had to weave certain people out of our lives all to bring us to this moment. And so I'm just grateful, because he truly is near to his children, because not everybody is a child of God, unfortunately. But he sees us. He sees us being a light. I fly out to Dallas this week to speak at a women's conference. I'll be talking about women entrepreneurship by faith, with other faith led women entrepreneurs in the room. So My goal is just, it's like, God, whatever room you need me in, however you need me to serve, I'm there. Just let me show up and speak through me. That's it.
God, God, that's all we want is to make sure that we wake up every morning and serve God the way He wants us. Because, like I said, we all an instrument of what He needs us to do. We just got to know how to do it. And first of all, just get out there. You know what I'm saying? Putting your best foot forward. Being your authentic self. Let's talk about that because I know that I struggle with that because so many people doubt that that really is who I am. And I'm like, that's me. Sometimes I didn't want to tell a lot of my story because I was judged, but now I'm telling everything. It's like, oh, that's a bit much. No, that's, you don't know the person until you really understand who that person really is and that struggle. And what's crazy is my struggle became my superpower. Me telling my story and getting in front of it as a mom that my mother died of AIDS and crack and all these things and being on Skid Row and homeless and going into the military and combat and losing all these friends and coming out dealing with mental health, PTSD, TBI, and then struggling in business and then starting a new business and then still have to rewire my whole mind frame again because you think the people that come with you in that journey, that new journey starts is supposed to be with you and it's not really what it is because they're learning from you and trying to destroy you. So um now I'm here in a better place where it's just my operation team is me, my daughter, my security, my son to come out before he go to the military, and I'm happy with that because at the end of the day, like I believe in me. I bet on me every time, and I see you like that too. Like you're so structured of who you are, and when you show up and the confidence, and let's talk about that. When you get going to these rooms, do you feel like, or do you hear that them whispers like who she thinks she is, or what does she think she's doing? Like, do you feel that, or you just you don't? I sometimes I'm an intro. I mean, I feel the vibes, but I still keep pushing forward. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, it's everywhere. Not even only in the spaces that we're called to speak. It could be at church. It could be in communities. It could be in our family, right? So for me, I literally have just, had gained so much of an intimate relationship with God that I can hear him so clearly. It doesn't matter who's speaking, who's saying what, because I know where he's called me to be and what he has called me to do. And as long as I show up and I'm there to serve and I lead with love, I lead with my heart and my heart posture is right. Can't nobody tell me nothing else. Um, and that's just, of course, we are human, we are flawed, so sometimes it's easier said than done, right? Sometimes we may take offense, sometimes it may bother us a little bit what he said, she said, but if we can learn to just sit in the stillness and just say, God, I just want to go where you need me, it gets easier. It definitely gets easier. I think I've created a space where I just have that tunnel vision. I just go, God, if you say go, I'm gone, and I lead with that. So
I love that because you're listening now. A lot of times we go through things in life where um, it's just us not listening. Back in the day, we used to call it backsliding. In church, it's like I got it, but you really don't got it because you're still not listening. When I went through my hardest time after my bankruptcy, and God was like, "You ready to listen now?" And I was like, I'm yours, God. Just use me. He was like, all right, go reset, go to that dark place. When you come back out, it's game time. And when I came back out, I was furious with it. But I started to deviate again and chase, project management and got the certificate, got hired 3 times as a project manager, got fired twice and walked away. The last time it said, okay, I'm going full time motivational speaking and life coaching because God made it uneasy for me. He was like, "No, you're not going to sit here and make this $100,000 like this and think that no, you got it's way more than life, way more in you that I want you to do." And God told me to walk away, and I walked away, not knowing where the funds or anything was going to come from. And look where I'm at now, still grinding, but I feel better every day because it's like, okay, God, I'm listening. What do you need me to do? And I cry all the time. I cry because it's like it's so much of a struggle. I tell people it's easier to do negative, but it's hard to follow the truth and stay on that path. It's so hard, and it's not like people see us and it's like, oh, they make it look easy. It's not easy. Not. It's not. We just continue. It's consistency. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
It's
sometimes that's what it takes for us to fall completely on our face
mhm.
to be like, okay, you ready now?
Yeah, yeah. You gonna
Also,
listen now?
too, the delayed obedience is still disobedience because God will be like, I told you to do that a long time ago. So
Right,
what are we doing? You
right.
know?
And
So
it's
we gotta like when he says go, we really gotta go.
right. And it's timing too. The right assignment, right alignment, timing. So I believe in that wholeheartedly now that I'm at my age now. And it's like, okay, it's timing. God will work. And I remember when I was little, we didn't have a lot. And my dad used to always say, it's gonna be okay. And I always say that to myself. I don't care what hard trial and tribulation, it's gonna be okay. And I keep pushing forward. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So now we here at the motivators table, and I'm able to put out my own positive rhetoric, and it's okay because I get to pick and choose the people I want to interview because it's okay. And I'm comfortable with doing me and understanding that, hey, there's no middleman. I don't need to add anything. And like, I love the fact that I need people to team up with, but God has put all these visions in my heart. Let me make sure I serve him by putting out this good energy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those trials and tribulations, they're a part of our process, but they're not really for us either way. Just like you said earlier on, you used to be almost ashamed of your story, right? But it's not even for us. The enemy will try to silence us. He'll try to shame us. He'll try to guilt us. But guess what? The more that we share our story and our testimony, the right people are going to be gravitated towards that because they're like, man, if you can come from the ashes, if Erica can come out the ashes, if they could come out the fire and be refined to this, I could do it too. It's just like when I sat on Alex's platform, that's not so much of a comfortable situation for me because when I speak, I'm speaking usually on different things, faith and finance, wealth and wisdom. But when he asked me to share my story of the fire I just came out of, that's not so easy. But I understood the assignment because I knew, hey, other women may have gone through that. They need to hear how you came out of that. They need to hear how you overcame that, Erica. And so that's why I was obedient and I got on stage and I told my story because I knew it was going to save a sister in the room. And sometimes we need to get out of our own way so that we can save another brother, so that we can save another sister, so that they can rise up as well and do what they are called to do.
I love that. That's exactly right. And like I said, your whole movement is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you touch. So I think when God puts you in these rooms, like I believe it's like me. I believe I can speak on any topic, but I choose not to. Like even with like you said, Alex, I don't speak about relationships because I haven't mastered it yet, right? So, but I will give my point of view. But at the end of the day, I'm not that subject matter expert of that. But if God is leading me to speak on it, I will say what I need to say because I'm just a voice. Don't pay attention to the messenger, listen to the message. And when I articulate it, hopefully people get it. We was just out there in London, and it's like people understood. And I'm so proud of that young brother that he's listening now and understanding and moving and doing it the way he needs to do it, and he's doing it right. And I'm so happy for him because I think he was around people that didn't want well for him. But you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I think when I first met him, I said, I'm a light, you a light too. When we get together, man, we a chandelier. So light it up. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to push the crowd forward and keep it warm for you while you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Amen. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
So
so crazy. He's calling me right now.
oh he is, he might see you on live, huh? He see you on live?
I don't know. I literally just am looking at the phone and he is calling. Look
It's,
at, I'm
yeah,
telling you, God speaks clearly. He really does.
yeah.
It's so funny. But I was telling him, even after that show in Orlando, like I'm so glad that y'all found a brotherhood in each other, because I see the connection that you guys have, and I do, that is God ordained. So it's like you guys both have the right heart posture. And so as long as, you know, we just lead with wherever God is calling us, I mean, I'm just grateful for your guys' connection. So
Definitely. Everybody been telling me that. I appreciate him for just seeing me for who I am, not trying to change me, because I usually get into rooms or people that want to change me, and I hate that because it's like I'm a grown man, not grown because I say it. I'm 45 years old. Like I know what I'm doing. Don't try to change my positioning and my posture of my heart and how I serve and what you think that social media. Well, I don't care what social media want. I'm my own algorithm, and when people understand that you don't have to follow what social media is doing. You are your own algorithm. You are your own system. You can reset and restart anytime you need to, and don't be ashamed of that. And that's basically what happened with me. And now I'm moving forward. I just had a powerful conversation with the liaison for Steve Harvey, and I went through a different system last year to speak there, and now they want me who I am, my brand, and what I'm doing, and I'm so humble, and it just makes me so grateful because I'm listening and I'm moving forward, and I couldn't do this without God, so I always give God the glory on my platform, whatever I'm doing. I let people know, be like, you like, yeah, that's what I do. Like, I don't understand what y'all not doing it for. Like, why y'all doing it? So that's just me. I'm a preacher's kid too, so I know you know, um, growing up in the church and seeing my dad preach and both my grandfathers, I knew what I was supposed to do a long time ago. I just didn't want to do it. Yeah,
we gotta learn for ourselves. That's all.
yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
you found God for yourself for who He is.
Yes.
Now you off.
Hey, this is what it is. This is it. And so now we transition to, I want you to real quick just to do a real quick pivot. Let's talk about some of the challenges that you have sometimes when you coaching these young women and women into their faith and their finances.
So some of my challenges um, with them, I think it's not more so of a challenge with actually coaching the women, but rather than almost letting the enemy get in and self sabotage, or just saying, hey, you're not really supposed to be doing this. You're not good enough. You're not supposed to be leading these women. Or even, talking about the season that I just came out of, where I actually lost a lot in some of my businesses just for the sake of a relationship, and really having to start all over again, having some things just torn out from underneath me, and having to go back to zero, back to rock bottom, back to God. I mean, he definitely carried me through, but I would say, sometimes it could be challenging. It's funny because I just came from a church event last weekend, and my Pastor Tabitha's word was, from victim to victor, we are pressed but never crushed. And the whole message was on, victim is an event, right? It's not a life sentence. So whatever we go through in life, whatever the challenges are, know that that is an event that takes place in our life. It's not a life sentence. So for I'm a single mom, but I don't identify myself as a single mom, because I have the desire to be a wife. I know that God has put that on my heart for a reason. I know one day I will find my kingdom spouse, right?
Mm,
It's the same thing. If somebody is maybe they have been on that entrepreneur journey and they have failed, but God is still calling them to do that, and they're still trying to figure things out. It's like, well, you may have failed at this once, but don't give up now. Like, that was an event. That's not a life sentence. It's not over until He says it's over. So you got to keep going.
I love it.
So we have to really embrace that when we go through the valleys. just as much as we reach those mountaintops. Because we learn so much in the valley, right? He will isolate us. I'm sure you've been there, where it's
Yeah,
like we don't have nobody to go to but him.
deal, deal.
So that was, that was at a point, I would say, like fall of last year. That was my season where God had to isolate me to say, okay, daughter, it's just you and me. I had fasted for 25 days. I was prayed up, didn't eat.
I remember at the event, you was just now coming off a fast. You had one
Yep,
more day left.
yes,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And that was another fast that I was coming up off of. So, but it's so powerful when we just die to our flesh and we live in the spirit and literally are leading with that. That is when the true transformation comes in. So
If you're not listening, motivators, you don't have your highlighters and pens. She's dropping a lot of tidbits for you guys. I think you should pay attention more and understand that. Hey, listen, um, be that person that you expect everybody else to be, right? So it's like I feel like that all the pressure that we put in our relationships and raising our kids and jobs and entrepreneur, like do that first here. So I had to take advantage of myself here. And it was hard for me because I'm a giver. I love to help people. But I started to remember when I went down to my lowest, nobody showed up for me. I was the only person there showing up for me. If anybody else wanted to, I don't think they had the even capacity to show up for the strong people. And I always ask that question: where do the strong people go get help? Where do motivators go get motivated? Where does the people that are healers, inspirers, and I wanted to create something for that, a table, so people can come and say, you know what, I was just at the motivators table, and now I can go do 10 more days, 30 more days. I'm gonna run through this brick wall. I'm inspired because I think it's only a few of us out here that are on that same frequency like that really want to help and impact people that we come in contact with. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you just, coming on my platform and sharing that. Right now I want you to tell everybody how they can find you on your social medias.
yeah, absolutely. So my social media is Erica C. Rivera, and Erica spelled with a C, Erica. And really all my links, my website, everything is on there. Website, ericacrivera.com. All my books you can find, again, my books and my coaching, all of that is on my page.
Of that. So let's before we end, I want you to tell the world something that you want to get accomplished this year, that you're working towards. One thing.
One thing, I would really say just to go full fledged with my mentorship program. That is one thing that I'm looking to accomplish. I do believe that God is really calling me to reach these women on a whole nother level. And I can already see, the footwork and where he has me, but I know that he wants more. And so I believe even after Dallas, he's calling me to more cities. Last year I was grateful that I was booked about 1 or 2 times every month last year, but I know he is expanding territory this year, and so my goal is just to reach more women, especially with my workbook that I have right now. It has been so instrumental in a lot of people's lives. I have people like ordering in bulk the workbook and financial planners, like to present at their events, which is such an honor. Because if we can get back to the firm foundation, I believe that we will go further in life. So
I love that. And that's what it is. Motivators. Like I told you, I had a good guest. I told you that you should get your highlighters and pens and understand, and young women out there, tap in with her, hit her up. She's very approachable. You can talk to her. Even young men, if you need advice, she will give you advice too and how to understand. So it's not biased. It's everybody who needs motivation, who needs coaching, who's a believer, who's not a believer. If you're not, tap in with her, get her, look on her website. You know what I'm saying? She has her a whole ecosystem on there. And, we're thankful that you are moving in that right alignment that God wants you to move in, because it could be dangerous out here. It'd be tricky, real tricky out here, Disney World, and when you don't have it together, that's when you stress a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you know your time is coming when things are getting in front of you, trying to stop you from your purpose. So I used to get angry, but now I just smile at like the trials and tribulations. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm close. I mean, I'm really close. You
That's what I was gonna say. You're like, okay, God, I'm one step closer.
know, I'm
And
close. It's
let's do what we got to do to get through this, so we can move on to the next.
booming, booming. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Do me a favor and let's leave my audience with something spiritual, motivational, something that you want to tell my audience. 1 minute or 2 minutes. You go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor.
I will keep it real simple because this has blessed my life. But I said it earlier on, delayed obedience is still disobedience. When God calls you to something, do it, and do it exactly when he tells you to do it. Don't miss your
Y'all hear that? Aid obedience is still disobedience.
yeah.
That's so powerful. I think I'm gonna have to drop a minute speech on that real quick. I'm gonna take that from you. I'm gonna reference you. I'm in my doctoral, so I'm gonna cite you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk about that because I do. That's wow. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. A lot of people don't understand that. And if you guys understand, man, this was a powerful conversation. We thank Miss Erica for coming on, taking her time to get on my platform and grace it and bless it. And we appreciate you. But this is the time where I pour into you. So I want you right now. It's called the pour into me section. We're gonna Peter Pan it. Hold up your hand. It's a glass in your hand. Let me see it. Hold it up.
My glass.
There's no now pour it out. Pour it out. Now, I don't want nothing in that cup, and I want to tell you, Erica, here at the Motivators Table, I'm proud of you. You're special. We love you. Do not stop. Stop thinking that you're not equivalent to the situation at hand. God has put you in this position, and guess what? I know you're struggling with things that you don't understand. Stop trying to be perfect. God wants you to be Erica. Don't be perfect. Only person perfect is God. The ministry that we're following, you're on the right path. And sometimes people are giving you advice how you should go, which way, just as long as you're on that path, and long as you finish running that race. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And guess what, guys like me, I'm inspired. I see you doing it. I see you living your life. I see you raising your family. I see you going through these relationships. I see that you're loving God. I see that you're putting your product out. And guess what? You graduated from entrepreneurship. Now you're a businesswoman. People don't understand that. They like to stay in an entrepreneurship lane. I'm a serial entrepreneur. No, the next level is businessman or businesswoman. Because at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you're making money. We see what you're doing here at the Motivators Table, and don't quit. God says the faith is a substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. You got it. You are her. You are her. You are her. Stop thinking that. And we are so proud of you. And whatever you went through in the fall, leave it here. Now you can move forward and you can stand tall on what you believe in. Because guess what? What you just said, God has somebody for you. He's going to come whenever. But until then, fortify your fortress. Protect everything that's around you. Keep having these resources around you. And we love you here. And we thank you for coming on my platform. I appreciate you. So
Thank you.
that's what we do here at the Motivators Table. Thank you, motivators, for allowing Erica just to tell her story. And we can't wait to see you guys on season 6. Dr. J.R. McIntyre out. Boom.
Welcome to Seven Eagle Academy, your proven SkillBridge pathway to a career you'll love. Every day, join hundreds of fellow vets on live Zoom sessions to learn directly from hiring managers, industry experts, and executives looking for top military talent. We'll help you master your resume, networking, and interviews to connect you with careers in tech, healthcare, aviation, sports, and more. This is your tribe, your support system, your advantage. It's free, it's proven, it's life-changing. Your next mission starts now at www.7eagle.com.
God has you in this room for a specific reason and a specific time. And the reason why we're doing it is shifting. And we're catching the vision, right? Are we catching the vision? Now I'm about to activate your gift.